message from the management. Eating or drinking while watching these videos is not advised. You do this at your own risk. And please don't come running to me when you snot coke all over your computer screen. Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. My hair fell out. Female hair loss. Why my hair fell out and what helped. ... With a broken heart at the end. Talk about melodrama. Right, for those of you that don't know,
if you are new here,
I don't want to do this video. And a lot of people don't want to see it. So as a compromise, I've decided to do it on double speed with captions so that I can get through it quicker. Those who want to see it can see it. And those with hearing equipment that can't cope with the double speed should be able to keep up with the captions. Shall we jump in?
Today we're going to go over my hair tips, as in when you are losing and have lost a majority of your hair due to various reasons. I want to give you all of my tips that will mentally help you and physically help you. And I want to just share my experience with you. If you are new here, I lost just a majority of my hair over the past, I would say it was about
Right, can we just get rid of that for a sec so you can see the pictures? She went from this to this. If she curled this, it'd look like that, wouldn't it? I don't know, and I don't care.
It was a year span, but it's been 2 years since it happened. And this is going to be one of the first main tips that I want to give you is find out why you are losing your hair. Make it your mission. Do not stop. Get your iron test.
Make it your mission to find out. Really? I've told this story before, but not all of you will have heard it. The last time I visited my doctor, which was many fucking years ago. After that day, I've never seen him since because he's a wanker, but there you go. I said to him, my hair's coming out in clumps, in handfuls, and he pointed to his bald spot and went, eh. That was his answer. Can you imagine me wandering in the UK to a GP and saying, right, you need to do every test known to man to find out why I'm losing my hair?
Tested. Are you in menopause? Did you just go through a stressful situation? Did you just lose a sudden large amount of weight? Did you just have anesthesia for any reason? Did you just have anything done and your body had a bad reaction to it? I am a firm believer that's what happened to me. I had the shingles vaccine just on spur of the moment, had not planned to do it, and I went into the whole telogen effluvium, which means that your body took a shock, and so your hair kind of just freezes in the phase that it's in. And I encourage you to learn about this because I don't know everything about it. But then it will start falling out, and it proceeds to fall out over.
Oh, isn't she great? She's one of these people that something happens and she's determined to find a reason why it happened. And it's like hypochondriacs. Oh yeah, I've got that. Oh, I think I've got a pain there. Oh, I think that happened to me. Oh, I've got that. Child.
Over a long time. You will feel like it never ends, and it usually waits about 3 months to even start falling out. So then by that time, you don't know what it was. Another thing could be COVID hair loss. So it just can be anything that shocks your body. Now, I have been on the carnivore diet now, May will be 6 years. So I had the most luscious long hair I've ever had in my life. And I think that was helping it. So I really didn't have to change my diet because I was already eating a lot of protein. Before carnivore, I had been iron deficient. Now I'm not. And I get my blood tested every year. I just had it done in January. I get all the blood tests. So I am a healthy girl. And so I know it wasn't that. Now, with that said, I did have a stressful year, but I feel like majority of the stress was brought on by losing a lot of my hair. I really do. It affected me. It is right up there with my divorce from my first husband. In the sadness, I would almost say worse.
Really? Losing your hair was as bad as your first divorce? You really have no clue, do you, Lisa?
Because there's nothing I can do about it, and it took me longer to just wrap my head around it, and I really still haven't. I mean, now I feel like, my hair has grown back as far as the thickness goes. Now I'm waiting on the length. But in the last, I would say 2 weeks, am feeling really good about it. What I want to tell you is I have been making these notes 3 pages for probably about a week and a half, if not 2 weeks. So they are in no order. And I thought about putting them in order, but we're just gonna have a conversation. If you're new here, this is just my style. I'm not very organized in my thoughts. I would rather be in the moment with you. So here we go. My biggest goal in this whole video is going to be to keep you from self-sabotage, because there are so many things that are going to be different. How you feel, the products you use, the styles, the way you sleep with it, your hair, so many things that it can drive you to a point where your nervous system is kind of dysregulated and you make bad decisions. And I will have to say that has only happened to me just a little bit. Mostly it just made me very depressed, and then it led to me making shaky decisions in other parts of my life. So let's go with, I'm going to start at the top and then I'll work my way up to the last notes I put all over the place. Okay, something that you can do to get through this.
I wonder if the shaky decisions in the other part of her life was paying a fortune to become a fucking life coach.
Hair loss would be the Halo hair extension. I recommend that. I cannot find mine. It's around here somewhere. And my new hairstylist that I've been going to for, I guess, probably about the last 5 or 6 times, she mentioned it to me. And I said, no, I'm really kind of past that point right now of feeling like I needed to wear extensions because my hair is full and thick and it's not crazy looking. I had to have extensions, which were the tape-in. I did that because I had very little choice, you guys. I'm going to put pictures all in here. My hair so much.
Get rid of that so we can see the pics.
Which were the tape-in. I did that because I had very little choice, you guys. I'm going to put pictures all in here.
I had very little choice. But what's wrong with that? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Why you couldn't cope with your hair like that. You had to put extensions in.
My hair so much fell out that when I really didn't know what was going on until all of my new hair started growing back in. You might have been here and remember, I thought my hair was just getting broken off. I thought it was damaged. I did not know what the heck was going on. It took a while to figure out. And so when it did start growing back out, it grew out. It doesn't just grow out like a bob. It grows out from all different levels of your head. So it grows out like a man's grown out hair. I always said Andy Gibb because that's about what it looked like. And because I had cut it in so many layers in that butterfly cut, it was already a bunch of layers all over. And that probably weakened it even more. As it thinned and as I tried to curl it, all the things. Every little thing builds onto other with your hair. So do what feels best for you. We're going to go into the mental part of that. But if you want to try Halo, that is something that a lot of people love and use, and it's no big commitment, or extensions, clip in or tape in or whatever you want.
Those Halo things, I look at them and I think, God, that must be so uncomfortable to just have a bit of fucking wire around holding all the hair up. No, I'd rather have no hair than that. Oh, look at the little face thinking about having no hair. It's so tragic. I can't with her, just can't.
To do. Okay, one thing that I find very important, and extensions can really help with this, is your hair color. When your hair gets thinner and you like it less and less, well then you're also faced with taking care of the few hairs that you have. So then you don't want to bleach it, you don't want to style it. So it just compounds. Now I don't like the way I'm styling it. Now I don't like the color that it is, because you'll want to quit bleaching it. You'll want to quit damaging the 5 hairs that you have left. So extensions help with that too. Any kind you get. I did it with the tape in and I had pretty good results. I've done that twice actually. The very first time that I had tape in for a while and took them out during COVID, I couldn't believe how long my hair was. I have a video about it. I'll put it up in here. And so I do believe if you take care of your extensions and take care of your hair, you can use that as a method, but clip-ins and everything else would be great too. And that way I would get the blonde and the blonde around my face without having to bleach my hair so much. Good hair accessories, hats, etc. They will be your biggest friend. Just now I went to New York and my roots were growing in, and I thought, well, I could make like a 911 emergency appointment at the hairstylist, but I knew I was going to wear a hat anyway because it was cold. And I feel like when I see people in cold New York without a hat on, it is almost like a boiling pot with no lid. You know what I mean? It's like you want them to keep their heat in. So hats, scrunchies, hair clips, all of that stuff, good earrings to wear your hair up, all of that can really help. Okay, don't feel guilty or ashamed for being upset.
Good earrings to wear your hair up. She really put thought into that, didn't she? The frig.
And do not let anyone else make you feel bad. This is something I really had to get over both cases. I am someone who really, really focuses on how blessed I am. I know it. It's scary sometimes. I think, oh my gosh, like I've told you that before, that I just am waiting for something bad to happen. And after, about 10 years of that, I got over it. I just am so happy, longer than 10 years, my whole life, but really concentrating on it. I would say, especially since I turned 50 and I got more into personal development and just everything. And so I would feel guilty for being vain, guilty for thinking how much worse other people have it than I do, guilty for letting it bother me so deeply. But what I did is I really studied it. I studied it, having to do with the Bible, having to do.
You actually gave a shit about somebody else, did you? I don't believe you, Lisa.
With your self-identity, having to do with women and what a big part of our identity it is, and our confidence, even part of our look, our fashion, everything. So everything I tell you, use it as a jumping off point to read more about. Read articles, watch other videos. There are so many videos out there that concentrate on the products that you use, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but I want to keep more into the mental things that you're going to go through and little tips and tricks that I can help you. Okay, now this is just what I just said. Learn about the hair loss you feel has affected you, postpartum COVID vaccine or whatever. And look up telogen effluvium. Let's see, I didn't realize it would continue for so long and would take a while to grow back.
Effluvium, that's not what it's saying. Is that what it is?
right, on the products that you use. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but I want to key more into the mental things that you're going to go through and little tips and tricks that I can help you. Okay, now this is just what I just said. Learn about the hair loss you feel has affected you, postpartum COVID vaccine or whatever. And look up telogen effluvium. Let's see, I didn't realize it would continue for so long and would take a while to grow back. Wow. Don't get caught up in the hype.
You didn't realise it'd take a while to grow back. That's like saying I cut my fingernails off and I never knew it was going to take so long for them to grow.
Buying all the scalp oils, etc. Was your hair ever long and healthy? What were you using? How often were you washing it? Has anything changed? What were you eating? Remember, we are all different. And this is something I did wrong too, because you're so desperate that I don't even know, like I bet I have spent thousands on hair products. I bought every product Abby Young ever spoke about. And then I realized not only do I have a different issue, I have different hair and different wants. And that just wasn't my problem. Her problem was her hair was damaged. So she was coming back from damaged hair. My problem was it fell out.
No, yours was damaged. Same as that, ladies. Your hair didn't fall out. If it fell out, you'd have bald patches on your fucking scalp where it fell out.
It was coming back in. So a lot of people will say, oh, you might be iron deficient, you might be zinc deficient. A lot of people said it was because of the way I ate. And I was like, okay, I've been eating this way for, 4 or 5 years and I had the best hair of my life. So I knew it wasn't that. And then a lot of people will say, and this does happen, menopause, any hormonal change. After you have a baby, you'll lose hair. Your hair will change. I'm talking the texture, everything. Menopause, absolutely. I am on HRT and I went through menopause when I was about 48, 49. I have not had periods since then. I'm now 55. I knew that wasn't what it was. So, and plus menopause is just a different. I knew it was whatever did it. It's the telogen effluvium. Okay. Now this is what I would always come back to. I have had long, healthy, thick hair. I knew I was washing every other night. I knew the products I was using. I knew I wasn't using rosemary oil, scalp serums, a scalp brush. I mean, these are all things that I bought. You just cannot imagine the things I've purchased. I wasn't using repair shampoos. I bought all of those. And my favorite repair product is definitely the K18 when you get out of the shower, put it in, go do something for 4 minutes and then go about your business. I do think you can overdo those things. So that is what I've always come back to. Now we're going to touch on a little bit of that later. So keep that in mind about going back to just using the same products you always have. Okay. Nutrafol and oral minoxidil makes more hair grow everywhere. I've heard that about oral minoxidil, which I would have been a caveman if I could have grown my hair back. The thing that would ever keep me from doing that is I don't want to take anything that when I quit taking it, my good results are going to go away. That's just part of me. I don't want to be chained to a pill or anything else. So I knew I didn't want to do that. And the Nutrafol, I've had them ask me so many times to do collaborations with them. My dermatologist sells it. It's not that I don't believe that it works or believe in it, but I have such a sensitive stomach and gut and the whole IBS issue. The whole reason I'm on carnivore that I was so scared. I was like, it's not worth it. That's how miserable IBS made me. So I did not want to try those. Okay. Wash often. Keep scalp and hair follicles clean. This is a big thing that I think it's such a myth. Now I realize I have normal to oily hair. The thought of me going a week without washing my hair is absurd. Like I cannot even imagine how oily the roots of my hair would be, yet the ends would be dry. I think that is, I don't even know. That was like such a trend. It was TikTok. And I talked to, there is not one thing that I'm going to tell you on here that I haven't read about, watched videos, and talked to doctors about. So I talked to my dermatologist, she is also a hair specialist. She said that is such a myth. She said the skin on your head needs to be washed. She said every day if it's really oily or every other day. And then I talked to several people, not only several hairstylists, and they would talk about how terrible people's scalps were, that their hair would have such yeast back up and build up in their hair. They would go to bed with their hair wet, just like all these things that people have been pushing. So the bottom line is going to be learn, use your common sense, realize what caused it, what kind of hair you have. For instance, when I would use all the oils that Abby said, that serious coconut.
Says the woman who didn't know you had to clean between your toes. She's trying to tell us about washing our hair. Uh-huh. And the only reason that people need to wash it every day and it's got so much backup and shite in it is because of the likes of you that put 9,000 different fucking products in it. If you don't put a load of shit in it, there isn't a load of shit in it to wash out, is there?
Oil and all of those, just there's that, it made my hair look terrible. It was weighing it down. It would just made it look terrible through no fault of anyone's. I just have different hair. So that's on me for not taking that into consideration. You're going to have different hair than I do. So you need to, this will come up later, go from stylist, book yourself like 5 blowouts with all different types of hairstylists, people that do your friend's hair, different hair salons. Like there are hair salons in my town that I just go and like I might buy Orbe there and I just love the vibe and I just make a blowout appointment and I talk to them. I ask them, what kind of hair do you think I have? I ask them, I bug them to death and they love it because it's their expertise. So I really got a hold on what type of hair I had and we'll go into some other things. So
they love it. I bug them and they love it. Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're like, oh, it's that fucking nutty blonde one again. You do her. No, you do her. No, you do it.
You've got to keep your scalp clean. I just watched this girl the other day. She had gone to Japan and she did all of this stuff that she saw on TikTok and all kinds of facials and everything. And one of them was an x-ray type thing of her scalp. And I was telling my hairstylist this and she said Kerastase is going to do that in salons too. You would not believe the gunk that is built up around people's hair follicles. And what it does is like if you have flaky, gunky skin built up around your hair follicle, then this hair is going to become less and less like thick and healthy. And another thing is the rise of dry shampoos. So you're not washing your hair for a week and then you're spraying gunk in it to basically powder to clean it. I do think there are probably some other ways you can do that. Like, I don't know. I'm sure there is. I'm just saying I'm not a dry shampoo girl. The only time I've ever really liked dry shampoo is when it gives you more volume. But now I try to stay away from it. Matter of fact, I don't use it at all. Okay, so do not cut it. Okay, this is so near and dear to my heart. Do not cut it because people tell you to. They don't live in your head and your heart. If you do it slowly, very slowly. See if you prefer short, thicker, or long, scraggly. You can use that extra hair to hide extensions or for a fuller bun. This is something I also believe with people that just encourage you to trim. Okay, if you, like right now, if I were to cut my hair off here and then I style it, well then you're just damaging these ends. Why not damage the ends that are already your trash ends? Use them. Use them for a thicker bun if you put it up. Use them for styling so it doesn't catch the brunt. Use them to just use them as a security blanket to let it grow out little bit by little bit. This is something that happened to me and it's like was another devastating blow. Is when I was going to a hairstylist, I had taken out my extensions. I had just gone to New York with Kelly and it was October and it was end of September. She took a picture of me from behind. I also had some professional pictures taken and yes, the front of my hair was shorter and the back was longer because that's how your hair grows naturally out of your head. This hair follicle is going to look longer than this hair follicle. And after that trip, I knew it didn't look that bad. But the girl I started going to said she wanted me to cut that off. Well, I didn't do it the first time. Then it got in my head. Lots of people, lots of viewers would say, you would look good with a bob. You should cut it off. Da, da, da. So the very day I did it, I went in the bathroom. I took a picture of the back and I texted Brooke, should I cut this off? And she said, no. She said 2 inches at the most. I was like, yeah, she's right. I told her 2 inches and she cut the whole back off, the whole back. I felt her coming around the side and I knew.
She didn't cut the whole back off. God. Melodramatic, fucking overreacting. Oh my God, I can't go out without my long hair. Can we all just punch her now?
And I don't have it in me to say, what have you done? I told you 2 inches. I looked on the floor and I think I have pictures. It was about 4 inches.
Look at that. That all the back. Tons there, isn't there?
So learn from me. I got in the car and I will not even go into from there on. So I've had to just let it grow out. It is just now getting, kind of like armpit length and it's in an awkward phase and, but we're close. It's getting to where it's, looking longer in the back. Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to not take as long as I did the other day. Do the things you can to get it off your mind. Example, wear it up, extensions, or both, hats, etc. Work on the things you can control, like your weight, your exercise, your personal goals and relationships. That's pretty much what I had to keep telling myself.
What exercise? You don't exercise.
I would just say, do the best you can. Let's double down on XYZ. Let's double down on doing this. I really tried to think of other things as much as I could, but it was always there, believe me. Okay, let's see. This is something I wrote down and it's kind of random and this goes for anybody. Okay, something that people have asked or told me, including different hairstylists, is they said if I would layer it more in the back, it would bounce up, it would have more style, all of that kind of stuff. And this is one point because I think I'm gonna get to some other points with that too. Like I said, I wrote these down at random. There is something about a straight visual line that makes your hair look longer. And that I've always loved that. I've never liked to have my ends beveled or tapered or chopped up or in any way. I want thick, blunt ends. It will probably take me a while because I have so much different lengths growing out. And if I would keep on cutting it, but I'm gonna put a picture in here of the back of my hair, but you will see in that picture, my hair, the texture of my hair is never gonna hang like a person with straight hair. I have very textured hair. So I know that's not really a possibility for me. And I've had beveled hair and it is impossible to keep the curls like you want it. So always learn from past experiences because it's very easy to take someone's, you respect them and they...
What is she whittering on about? I'm sorry, girls. I'm having my head's too heavy for my neck day today. She's giving me a fucking headache.
They are right about things, but you have to remember what's specific to you and your past experiences. Okay, I wrote down, have people take pictures for you of the back of your hair. It's longer than you think and it looks better than you think. This is something that really helped me. I would be here at my desk and she would come upstairs and she would just take a picture without me even knowing it of the back of my hair and it would make me feel better. I've even had friends take pictures of the back of my hair just so I can see what it looks like when I'm not looking in a mirror or when I'm not, just walking. So that really helped me. And then I was just in New York and I had some pictures taken and video and I saw it and it made me feel better. Okay, I've already said don't trim it every time. Use your ends to bear the brunt of styling until you get it grown out. I'm not saying don't dust the ends once every 6 months or something. I always have her check it and she says it feels good. So don't cut layers. Strength in numbers. When you cut layers in your hair like that butterfly cut I did, it weakens your hair. It's almost like a picket fence. If you take one piece out of the picket fence, that's what they were explaining to me with my teeth. When my teeth started shifting as I got older and I started getting a gap right here, he said you need to handle that right now because your strength is in the lineup. And it's kind of like that with your hair. When I started losing it, well then I had all these layers, so it was thin instead of it being just half as thin all one way. I hope that makes sense, but I will never, ever, ever get my hair cut in that many layers. It even bears more of a brunt of the curling iron and of your brush and your hair dryer. You want the thickest hair you can have. If you already have like monsterly thick hair, you may need the layers, but someone like me with a medium thickness and, fine hair, you need that strength, especially when you're letting it grow out. Okay, everyone will have an opinion and why and how you lost your hair, and try not to listen to them. Do your own research, trial and error. You guys, I probably went to, no exaggeration, it was so long ago, I can't count how many. I think it was about probably 4 or 5 different hairstylists at different salons to make sure that all the hair that I saw growing in, it was growing in like crazy, under here, everywhere. I had each one of them do a blowout, which is so worth it, tell me what kind of hair I had, ask them all the questions, and I had them look at that hair and tell me, was it new growth or breakage? I was obsessed with it. And every single one said it was new growth because it was the same length, like all around my head. I mean, imagine like Chia Pet or, like a Play-Doh. It comes out all over, So that is something I would recommend doing because a lot of people will message me.
That's something I would recommend doing. Going around your town, annoying the fucking arse off of every hairdresser known to man, asking them the same questions over and over again because you can't just ask one and believe her. I'm sure she opens the door of a shop anywhere in Wilmington and people are like, hide!
About their hair loss, and I don't feel like they have quite decided what is causing it. And I feel like that is like number one. What type of hair loss is it? Okay, let's see. Hormonal changes, hair grows in different. Yes, okay, it grows in. Mine grew in really curly, but as it's gotten more weight to it, it's about the same, I will say. This is something, everything will be different when you don't have the weight of your hair. You may need to adjust how you sleep with it, the hair bands you use, and how you style it. This was a big blow to me because long hair like I had was so daggone easy, you guys. It's the easiest hair ever. The worst thing you can ever do is get extensions are the highest maintenance. Okay, but even before I had extensions, I was trying to put it up like I always did. Okay, I did not have enough hair to do that because I would always pile it up on my head and put one of those telephone cord type things around it. Well, I didn't have enough hair. So then I started just wearing it in a ponytail. I couldn't sleep with it down because it was so thin and I had like a toupee of hair coming out, and my sleep mask would dent it and make the ends of these short hairs poke out. It was so stressful hiding those extensions at first. So many videos, my editor had to cut out little scenes where the sides could not even cover the extensions. The grow out period was, woo, it was tough. It has been a tough road. That's why I'm here. Okay, so then I would sleep with it up in a ponytail. Then
Oof, it's been a tough road. That's why I'm here, folks. That's why I'm here. For you. So you don't have to go through it. So I can talk to you about how terrible it is and how to get out the other side. Oh, fuck off, Lisa.
I would take the ponytail out and it would barely come down because the long hair was scraggly and all of my new hair would be holding it up. It was the craziest thing. So everything had to change. The hair bands I used, everything. The oils I used. I couldn't use the Kerastase. My two favorites are the Kerastase Ultime for the ends and Colleen Rothschild. I'm going to put, I chat GPT, why does Colleen's oil, her serum, it makes my hair, I just started being able to use it again about 3 to 4 weeks ago, and nothing makes my hair feel like that daggone hair oil. It makes it feel amazing. And I will put the reason in here. It actually penetrates your hair instead of coating it. The Kerastase does coat it, but here's another thing that was different. Okay, remember when I would do my hair videos, I would always say, take 2 pumps of the Kerastase and put it on the ends. Well, when your hair's this short, your ends are minute. So I was putting it too much. It was too heavy. It was just all the dynamics had changed. So I had to go to lighter oils. I will say my favorite lighter oil is the Gloss Drops from Kerastase. So that is what's gotten me through. I'm going to try not to make this really product heavy, but those, I am a believer. Okay, God doesn't waste pain. I always knew no matter what I could and would.
What the fuck are you bringing God into it for? And look at her. She's circled it. The loss that opened your eyes to what really matters, the delay that prepared you for something better than you imagined, none of it is wasted in God's hands.
But get through it and be stronger and be able to help others just like I've done with other struggles. This was in my devotional, that God doesn't waste pain, that he never guarantees us that we're not going to go through painful things, but it's up to us to understand that.
Oh, fuck off you and your painful things. Losing your hair doesn't compare to fucking anything, Lisa. And one day you'll find out.
And to help people when we do get through it. And I'm a believer in that. I'm a believer in that with all the videos I've done about divorce, all the videos I've done about carnivore, all the videos I've done about getting past IBS, getting through menopause, just my self-development. I have been through some stuff. And I truly believe in helping others. I always have. And then the more I read the Bible, I read 3 devotionals a day. And this was in one of my devotionals. Okay, thickening.
I read 3 devotionals a day. What, one paragraph of a thing on a page? That's hardly a lot, is it?
Shampoo, not necessarily volume, but find out exactly what your hair type is so you can use the correct products. Thickening shampoos have been a game changer. No shampoo, including favorite shampoo of all times, had the healthiest hair of all times, which was Colleen's shampoo and balm. I tried to keep using that. It was just too heavy. For me. It was just too moisturizing for thin hair or shorter hair. It wasn't until I got a grip of what type of hair I had when I nailed down that it was fine, meaning each piece is a skinny little hair. Then I started experimenting with the thickening shampoos that I always thought, I don't want all that junk on my hair. You guys, they protect your hair. They use
There are some good volumizing shampoos for fine hair too. I will list below.
biotin and all kinds of different things. What you should do is study ingredients, and they actually fill like parts of your hair that need to be filled from damage. They wrap your hair and protect it, and they make it more full so that you can have better looking hair that is not weighed down by oils. And it's just been a game changer. And I'm going to list all of my favorite products down below. In the other video, I went through them, and I don't want to do that here. Okay, get excited. You know, I'm a big believer in getting excited. And I remember I wrote down when I saw the girl on the plane. I travel a lot, and on the plane, I'm a deep thinker anyway, and I'm kind of an introvert, and I'm always thinking about my own thoughts and about the future and things and all of this stuff.
You're always thinking about your own thoughts.
And I remember one day I was on the plane and there was a girl sitting a couple rows up from me and she had long, beautiful hair. And this is when I was in the brunt of, I think I had extensions at that time. And this burst of happiness came through me. And I thought to myself, I'm not going to envy her hair. I'm not going to make her hair make me feel sad. I'm going to get excited when I see people's hair like that. And I'm going to get excited about the day that I have that hair again. And let me tell you, when I did have long hair, I did not take it for granted. I loved it every minute. I would send Morgan.
Fuck's sake. Sorry, I think there's someone at the door. I didn't envy the girl on the plane. No, of course you didn't.
who did my hair at the time, I would send her pictures and thank her. I never took it for granted because I knew that long, healthy hair was easy. It was a sign of discipline. It was a sign of femininity, which I am a deeply feminine person to the core. I've always been a person that hair was important to. So it was particularly devastating because there are people that aren't like that. They'll cut their hair. Oh, it's just hair. It'll grow back. They'll, dye it pink or purple or black and they just don't care. And I love that for you. I just think we're all different when it comes to that. Okay. I went to about 4 different people for blowouts about the new breath. Okay. As soon as you are dissatisfied, this is something I want to put this on a billboard because it doesn't just pertain to your hairstylist. It pertains to a lot of things in my life. I have had to learn this lesson and I still haven't learned it. I just know it. But just as soon, and I wrote down soon, underlined it, as you are dissatisfied with your hairstylist, and I say 2 times max. Everybody can misunderstand what you say or conditions can be different 1 time. But just as soon as someone messes up your hair twice or cuts too much off or makes it 4 times darker than you wanted it, no hard feelings. It's not personal. It's not. Just, I would feel like I don't want to hurt their feelings. I want to give them a second chance. Oh, maybe they'll get it next time. Oh, I'm going to be that person that hangs in and really understands them. And it caused me a lot of pain. It has caused me much unnecessary pain through years, not only with my hair.
Pain. Fucking pain. I don't understand. I'm sorry, Lisa. I do not understand why your hair is so fucking important to you. I just don't get it.
Here with different things in my life. I won't go into it. So it's business. That's something that John always tells me. He'll say, Lisa, it's business. It's not personal. It's business. That's something I've blurred the lines between business and personal. I've thought people were my friends and I do still love them as friends, but I would not separate, especially with me doing this, how important my hair is. So with anything, don't keep on at your own sacrifice. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Okay, kind of like bangs or losing weight, try to enjoy each stage along the way. Look for the inspo on Pinterest. Play with styles. Okay, I've always said this with losing weight. Say you have like 30 pounds to lose. I think I lost a total of 33 to 35 pounds on carnivore almost 6 years ago. Let me tell you, it felt good the whole way. And you guys were here with me. And I always tell people that. It feels good when you lose 2 pounds. It feels good when you lose 4 pounds. It feels good when you lose 8 pounds. It feels good the whole time. When you cut your bangs, every time I've ever cut bangs, I've only done it 1 time. It took me a long time to figure out that my frizzy hair does not work well with bangs. It's not even that I didn't like the way it looked. It's just impossible to style. And I would just let them grow and enjoy them the whole way out and play with different styles. So now it's like that. Like you've heard me reference Lauren Hutton is one of my favorites to reference with hairstyles. And I've had to, just get inspiration from different things. Okay, your same hair products may not work with thinner hair. Examples, the shampoo, mask, hair spa oil. Okay, we've already gone over that, but now I'm able to use Colleen's shampoo and conditioner again. So it's back in my shower, but I don't use it. I'm still loving the thickening. I use that every once in a while, just because I just love it so much and it smells so good, and I do feel like it gives me creamy hair, like not as thick and starchy, but more
creamy hair. What in the ever-loving fuck is creamy hair?
creamy. And another thing I want to say is the Colleen serum, her oil, it's more of a serum. I use it every day, every night. Like I always have. I put a pump in my hand, I get it in my hands good, and I squeeze it into the curls. I don't run it down the whole way of my hair. I might do this and get it on these parts, and I'll run it down these more fragile pieces, and it makes it feel so good. It makes it feel so good. And I even put a little bit on the ends where I even get in the shower. I'm back to putting the Kerastase Ultime on my ends, 1 pump, and I make sure that it really is like my ends instead of thinking, because I'd gotten used to putting it on the whole ponytail. Well, that was more than my ends. You know what I mean? So there goes that. Lower your heat on your hair tools, because when your hair is thinner,
No shit.
parentheses, you've lost a lot of your thickness due to the telefluvium, you want to lower your heat. My hair heat tools are on, I think, never, ever in the 400s. My gosh, you have to have thick, healthy hair to do that. Mine are on, I think, 340, 325 to 340. And I'm still very careful. And it's 1 heat protection per heat tool. So meaning when I put in the K18 heat bounce, that covers my blow dryer. Then before I do each piece, today I use my great big 2-inch curling iron, which basically just smooths and bends the ends. I use the Neuro Heat that I spray along the top of a piece and the bottom, which you can see that in my hair videos. Okay, oh my gosh, have we gotten through?
So you put 2 ton of shite in your hair?
What? I think so, you guys. Let me think really quick. What was over here? Did it have any tips? Yeah, my biggest goal was to keep you from self-sabotaging. Okay, you guys, I feel certain that I have probably missed some points, but if I were to wait until I had every single one written down, I would never do this video. I'm also certain that you probably have questions that are very unique to you. I would love to help you with that.
Oh, I've got loads of questions, but you won't answer me.
And I just encourage you so much not to just listen to other people and to do your deep research, not to get hung up on just products, and find out what exactly, I know this is redundant, but find out what exactly is your type of hair loss. You may need to go get your blood tested. One time Brooke was having hair fall out and she was indeed low iron and it fixed it. You also want to learn about nutrition, about what things you can eat, and I know just all of that. And you want to find out exactly what type of hair you have so that you can adjust your products to give you the best hair you can have all along the way. Because what's more, like, you're already devastated. You're already having to be patient. You're already just upset inside. Try to make the most of what you have left and do the most with it. Help other people and do your research and all of that good stuff. So I realized when I got up here, I did not even put on any jewelry because I was excited about this video. Let me do a quick outfit of the day. It's my casual, be around the house, go to my parents' outfit of the day. Okay, I've got on my Pumi pink top, and I've got on the Gap summer weight sweatpants, and I've got on my Tiki flip-flops because in a perfect world, I would love to go get a pedicure today, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the patience. I did take off the gel polish off of my toenails because I did not think it's good to have your toes drilled on every time. And they quit wanting to be patient with the gel polish. They just wanted to drill it off. And I was like, at some point, they're gonna drill through my toenails. So I had it taken off. And so anyway, and my nail polish is Essie Sugar Daddy. Okay, thanks.
So you don't think that the manicurist had training to know how to take gel polish off without drilling through your toenail. Do you not think she had deep, deep thoughts and researched everything 3 times before she did it? Huh? Fuckwit.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Yay, folks, we did it. Whoop, whoop. It was a lot quicker on double speed, isn't it? Anyway, if you got to the end with me, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. What do you mean it's currently up? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong thing. Duh.